Welcome back. I'm here to show you a winter garden tour in Tasmania. I live in a cool climate. It is the middle of winter here. I did an autumn garden tour, but things have definitely changed through the season. So I want to show you what's happening in my vegetable and cut flower garden here in Tasmania. Maybe a few little details about my garden here. I moved to this property almost 2 years ago. At the end of the year, it's going to be 2 years. And I had gardened before, but I quit smoking weed 3 years ago, and I've really gotten into gardening ever since. Like, I've put a lot more effort and energy into it, and it makes me so happy. It's like my number one hobby. It then has expanded to preserving my harvest. So I got into canning and like dehydrating, and then last year I got into cut flowers, and that's like so exciting. So then I made myself a roadside stand to sell cut flower seedlings and flower bunches in. Anyway, let's get into it and let's walk around the garden. I'm just going to go clockwise and show you everything that's here and maybe share a few little plans that I have for spring. This arch was on my vision board for 2025 for a kiwi vine. I have a female and a male. They're obviously dormant this time of the year. We put the poles in, my partner put the top up, but I'm thinking I want to make it a little bit more like decorative and like a bit of a feature. Our cat passed away a few months ago and he is behind us here, so I want to put a nice little shop for him. But in the meantime, while my kiwis are not fully established, I think I'm going to put netting across the two poles and put some sweet peas down here. It does get sun in the spring and summer, just not very much this time of the year at all. This was my very first garden bed that I placed in the yard, and then I realised that it doesn't get the best sun in autumn and winter, so I've moved the rest up the other end. But there's still one here, and in this bed here is just going to be dedicated to flowers. I have a stock, which are like cut once and they're done, and I also have ranunculus and a few snaps. And once the stock is gone, I'll be able to plant some summer flowers in here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, if I'm going to do like another succession of snaps or I'll do some zinnias. I'm not really sure yet, but stock, ranunculus, and snapdragons are in here at the moment. This looks so beautiful last summer, just like the colour. I cannot wait. I have my first ranunculus. It's teeny tiny, but she's gonna bloom for me. It's supposed to be lavender, but it's very red. My stock has also started to bud up, which is exciting. Apparently they bud up for a very long time. So I'm not expecting any colour for a while, but stock is something new. I've never grown them before. And the ranunculus don't need the netting, but the stock does. If you watch some of my cut flower content on the other apps last year, you probably recognize this bed here. It was full of zinnias. It was beautiful. It is my perennial bed because I don't get any sun in winter here. I need to redo the perimeter netting, I think, but everything is very small at the moment. So up this end I have yarrow. I have white, the pearl, and a terracotta, and I have some really nice pinks and pastels yarrow. The seedlings aren't big enough yet, but I'm hoping to do like another section of yarrow in here because I really love the yarrow and it dries really nice as well. And then second in line we have Rebecca. I only grew one kind of Rebecca because I planned on collecting seed. I haven't collected seed. Now I'm just like, why didn't I grow more? But I currently have Sahara, Brandy, and I think it's like Cherokee. It's an orange yellow one. I'm going to grow a few of each this year. I have bunny tail grass at the front, which isn't a perennial, but I've put it in here. I have scabiosa, nigella, Queen Anne's lace. The Queen Anne's lace is going to get really tall, so I'm hoping it doesn't overcrowd the nigella at the front. Yes, I have a child that I share the backyard. Oh, I just put my finger in fucking shit that I share the backyard with. And sometimes my plants are casualties, but you know, we're sharing this backyard. I have blanket flower in here. This was such a stunning flower, but I don't think it really went with lots of things. Like, it goes with like the sunset, like orange and yellows, but I'm leaving it here. It's actually starting to come back. Here already, the little shoots on there, it's already starting to come back, which is exciting. The Queen Anne's lace there is really spreading out. And there's another little Queen Anne's lace. I'm really excited for those ones. I also have a white one. This is the chocolate. And then at the end of the bed here, I have Scabiosa and Status at the end. My Status is actually coming back. Like, it hasn't died over winter at all. Some of the reason I would like some more garden beds is because some of these don't get sun in autumn and winter. This one and this one don't get much sun at all. But I planted all of these flower seedlings in autumn, so they did get a little bit established. I have snapdragons in here, and I also have carrots. I'm companion planting some vegetables and flowers to make the most of my space. So I have carrots all around the perimeter, and it's going well. They're doing all right. I have also pinched or topped my snapdragons. Some of them I haven't because I want some early blooms, but the rest I have topped, pinched, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I actually am in the process of making a guide to give you a whole list of ones that need pinching, don't need pinching, and definitely do not pinch because you'll kill your plant. That's probably going to be live when this video comes out, so you can go check that out. It'll be in my shop along with some other guides. One is like supporting, and then the other one is a seed sowing calendar for a cool climate. In this bed here, I have straw flowers, and the snapdragons and the straw flower is where I started last year with flowers. They were the first flowers that bloomed for me, and so it's kind of a little bit special that we're back in full circle. I am learning to stagger my planting out though, so I don't have everything blooming all at the same time, and then in a few weeks I have nothing blooming. So I have different stages here of the straw flowers. This first one, the middle one, and then the end. I also grew lots of colours of straw flowers last year, and a few of them I'm not going to grow this year. One being the purple red dragon. I'm not growing that one this year. I don't need to grow every colour, just my favourites. This garden arch, I was like, photo opportunity, I need an archway. So when I first put the beds here, I purposely put them far enough apart so I could put an archway. And when spring rolls around and these sweet peas have died, I'm going to put a proper archway up, a proper like more secure one up, and I'm going to attach it to the ground so I can put plants in the ground, and they'll have like the extra bit of growing space from the ground to the top of the bed instead of putting stuff in the bed to grow up the archway. But I'm very excited to have all of this colourful with sweet peas in the next, I'm going to say, a few weeks. It's not far away. Spring is only 10 weeks away, I think. It's going to fly by. Oh, I have one little nasturtium flower trying to survive. This frost like killed this nasturtium the other week. Alright, these two beds are my favourite because they get the most sun in summertime. It's like so much sun. They do get a little bit shaded by this apricot tree, so I can't put in like corn or tomatoes. I put tomatoes there last year, it didn't go very well. So I need to keep that in mind. But currently have vegetables in these ones. And I'm trying so hard not to plant out more things because I want this bed to be free for spring planting. I'm going to put my tomatoes in this bed. But currently I have my very first Brussels sprout. Never grown. Oh my gosh, there's actually a fucking Brussels sprout in there, bro. Oh my gosh. Can you see those little balls? Oh my gosh. I need to have a good proper look at this. I'm not sure if they're like sprouting or they're actual little Brussels sprouts. I've never even eaten a Brussels sprout in my life, but I just like to grow something new each season, and this season it was Brussels sprouts. Alright, so for the rest of the bed, I have my brassicas all the way through, and then I have onions all the way through as well, and carrots and parsnips. Parsnips actually take a really long time to grow. I feel like they take a lot longer than carrots do. So that's what this bed is. I've companion planted all of these together before, and they go really well together. The cabbage are actually my own cabbages that I collected seed from last year. I've already harvested a few cabbages. I think these ones are going to flower. They're not very compact at all, but we're just waiting to see what they do. Oh, and a beetroot. I've picked all the rest. That's the last big tree that I have in here. This bed here is another bed with companion planting flowers with vegetables. I have my garlic and I have poppies. And I tell you, this poppy plant is bloody taking over. I've never grown poppies before. You can see the little shoots of garlic. They're still poking through. So like, I think they're still doing okay. I'll keep an eye on things. This nasturtium is fucked. I planted 120 cloves of garlic this season. And I have one celery plant that has grown from the compost. I'm blanching it because otherwise it's just growing like flat and it's covering the garlic, which garlic is the priority here. We want the garlic. You can go back and watch my how I preserve garlic 3 ways video because I love garlic. Because I literally love to cook with garlic so much. I feel like it also helps with my sickness. I do not get sick very often at all. I have this odd bed here off to the side. I don't have any other brand beds like this, but my partner wanted to try gardening last year, so I got him this bed. It was a compromise. I said I'll get 2 garden beds and you can have 1 second one, so it was a deal. And I have poppies in here and rosemary, but they're not doing well at all. I don't know if I need to let them get more established before the frost came or what happened. Like, some of them are dying. This one looks okay though. And this one, I actually did get 4 blooms from it, and now I've let it go to seed. It's still really small. Anyway, hopefully I can get some seeds from it. And the flowers were beautiful when they were blooming. I literally just recorded for like 15 minutes and it wasn't even on. I did my outro and everything, and now it's started to get dark. What the fuck? Alright, this bed here is, I think, my favourite bed. It gets the most sun and it is my biggest bed that gets the most sun. Everything is going super well in this bed, but I'm hoping this is going to be the first bed that I can plant out for spring flowers. I have spinach in here. I've been putting lots in the freezer, so I can just stop that whenever I want. I won't let it go to seed this year because I collected a lot of seed last year. I have all these leeks up the back. They're definitely not going to be done in 10 weeks, I don't think. I've never been able to grow massive leeks, so I'm actually pretty impressed with how healthy these ones are looking. I might actually get some good leeks off it and have some nice chicken leek and sage pies, which I love. I have beetroot and parsnip seedlings in here, but they're definitely not going to be done in 10 weeks. The rainbow silver beet I can just pull out whenever I want because we've had a bit of it. I have a bit in the freezer. I have sprouting broccoli here. I'm going to let this one go to seed. I collected cabbage seeds from my brassicas last year, and this year I'm going to do the sprouting broccoli. This sprouting broccoli in here actually has some really nice heads on it. I chopped off the top when it was kind of small, and it has worked to let all the other ones get to a decent size, which is fucking fantastic because broccoli is my favourite vegetable. And at the end here, I just have some more onions and a broccoli. Worst comes to worst, I will literally just plant my flower seedlings between them, or I'll just put a few down where the spinach is. Yeah. While we're on vegetables, I'll show you my pots that have vegetables. This is my asparagus. Looks very plain and boring. I've cut down all the ferns except for one. You can see I have a new little frond growing here, which is early, but everyone around my area says that theirs is doing the same, so I think that's okay. I have potatoes popping through again. This one isn't doing anything. This one has popped through again and the pot is full. I usually fill the pot. Oh, we've got a little baby poking through. You usually fill the pot only quarter, and then as the potatoes grow, I just keep filling the pot up. These ones have done so well to last the winter. The frost has killed them though. But I'm going to get potatoes out of there, so I'm fucking happy. Before I said that I planted 120 cloves of garlic, and you're like, Ebony, there's no way that there's that many in that garden bed. You're correct, because I have the rest in pots. I have the rest in pots here, and when I harvest my garlic, I'll be able to put summer cut flowers in the pots. I have some daffodils in these. They have not popped through. A bearded iris. some more daffodils, garlic. I kind of like the idea of pots because through the seasons I can move them around the yard where the sun is. I have a coneflower here. I got it from a nursery. I don't know if it's going to be a cut flower variety. He obviously said it was, but you know, he probably just wanted to sell it to me, but we'll see how long the stems get. It might just be a potted variety. Blackberry bush is going on year 2 and I have everything crossed that I get some blackberries this year. Super excited for blackberries. Blueberry bush 1. This one's teeny tiny because it got mowed over, but it's come back. Blueberry bush 2. This is going to be their 3rd year growing, which is really exciting because I've knocked off most of the berries, but this year I'm going to let them all stay. And then my last blueberry bush. The blueberry bushes are down near my kiwi arch, and I'm hoping that they're going to get really tall and they will be a privacy screen at some point. And that is the plan, because how good would it be to have like a purposeful privacy screen? I'm hoping to have like cut flowers up one side and then blueberries up the other. Like, that'd be fucking perfect. And look how beautiful my little fairy lights are in my garden. Alright, we're back at the pots. These ones are corn cockle again. I've been practicing my succession sowing and they're both at different stages of growth, so I'm hoping I have staggered harvests. I'm also really impressed with how they're overwintering. They've got really like soft stems and fuzzy, but I'm hoping for some really early spring blooms. I feel like they're nice and whimsical and they're going to be like a nice cosmo before the cosmos come in. They grow really tall though. Another one that can overwinter really well is cornflower. I have a pink, a purple and a blue. I've actually made this support myself because these ones are nice and easy, but they're not as wide as the pot. So I'm making some of these myself. I need to hurry up and make some more because the plants are getting bigger. I have feverfew in these pots here. I have the tall single and the snowball. This one's actually still trying to flower for me. Deep blue sea holly. It didn't flower for me last year. I think it's a biennial, so hoping this year it flowers for me. 2 stages of chrysanthemums. These are a daisy looking one. They're the Alaska. What the fuck has happened to this? Something has been munching on this. I have wallabies that come into my yard, which is really upsetting. Oh, is that a bee? At night time, are you okay, darling? I nearly touched you. And I need to net it again because these are crooked. Anyway, this one needs some love and attention. I'm gonna have to sort this out tomorrow. I have pansies in here. These are also flopping over. They grew nice and tall and then they just flopped over. I need to put more in there so they're growing closer together, I think. I have been pinching the flowers off so they don't self-seed. Gorgeous. This retaining wall here and privacy screen, my plans are to cut down all this invasive stuff, the non-purposeful hedge, and I have this waratah here. It has grown massive amounts in a year, like from here. So like I'm so excited to plant that one and let it do its thing and be a purposeful retaining privacy screen. Yeah. You can definitely tell it is winter because it is already dark outside. Crazy how fast it gets dark out here. I know I had to re-record, but like it already started getting dark. We have had our winter solstice though, so it is starting to get like, I think you get a minute extra each day. Anyway, if you like this sort of content, you're a Tasmanian gardener, or you like to watch it, people garden from the other side of the world to give you inspo for the next half of the year, I might just be your girl. Hit the subscribe button and even the little bell. I put up videos every Monday. It used to be 7 a.m, but I'm going to start doing 7 p.m. And I'm thinking I'm going to do some bonus videos on a Wednesday every now and then throughout the week because I have so many ideas that I want to share from like my preserving, my cut flowers, my business, my garden. Anyway, all of it. Let me know in the comments something that you are companion planting, whether it's like vegetables and flowers, maybe you can even tell me if I'm actually growing a Brussels sprout on my Brussels sprout plant, because I've never grown. I'm going to have to do some reading and see what the go is with that one. I plan on doing lots of these garden tours. I feel like I love watching other people's garden tours and getting some inspiration and some thoughts. So you have to keep an eye out for the spring planting one that I'm going to do in a few weeks. I'm hoping that sharing my vegetables and cut flowers in one video wasn't too much. Let me know and I could do them separate next time. Maybe when everything's blooming, I'll have to do it separately. And I cannot wait to bring you lots of cut flower content in not that many weeks. I'm so excited. Anyway, as always, happy gardening, and I hope to see you on the next one.